Hi, this is Peter Wilson with Biz and Life Done Well podcast. Today we're going to talk about how I learned to love squirrels and a call for your stories. This podcast got started 5 years ago, and we are just approaching our 100th episode. In order to prepare for the next 100 and more episodes, I decided to change things up a little bit. We're going to put out a call for stories from you. We want to hear about what you've experienced in business, your successes, your failures. We'd also like to laugh a little as we go along here. I'd like to start out with a bit of a story about squirrels and why I love squirrels. Actually, it started out as squirrels and buffaloes. This happened to me about 2 years into starting my business. I was talking to a banker friend of mine about my business and how we had about 20 smaller clients and two larger ones. They happened to be a law firm and a dental practice. And I was lamenting the fact that we seem to have smaller clients and we'd like to obviously have bigger clients. And he immediately said, yes, you've got squirrels and buffaloes. Just said it right like that. And it totally clicked. Yeah, we had a lot of squirrels and a couple buffaloes. And he gave me some great advice. He said, your squirrels or a smaller client may seem like they're not worth the trouble. They're not really generating a massive amount of revenue for your business. But he said, they're loyal. They tend to be very loyal to your business, and you're definitely helping them out. And you should really pay attention to the smaller clients that you're also helping. He also made the point when you lose a buffalo or a big client, you immediately have to go find another big client to replace all the revenue that you may have lost there. Whereas with the smaller clients, or what we call the squirrels, you could lose one or two. It's not going to impact you greatly. And we found that to be the case. So ever since then, we've referred to the smaller clients as squirrels. And no offense if you happen to be a squirrel and you're listening, it's a term of endearment that we use here at Biz Marketing. I've learned that squirrels can really turn out to be a core source of our revenue over the years. And a couple other things I've learned is sometimes squirrels can turn into buffaloes, and squirrels can refer us to buffaloes. In fact, just recently, we had a client that we had done a website for 5 years ago, and then we were doing just a small amount of work for them ever since then. And out of the blue, they reached out and they said, hey, you know what? That website you did for us 5 years ago, it's great, but we want to redo it. So that turned out to be a great opportunity. And since we didn't ignore the small client, the squirrel, turned out to work out for us really well. So that's an example of a story that I'm interested in hearing about. Business stories, business anecdotes, stories of success, failure, and that sort of thing. We are putting out a call for your stories. We'd like to have you send an email to podcast@bizmktg.com, and we'll include the link in the notes, and I'll have the URL on the screen here if you happen to be watching this on YouTube. I'm really wanting to spend the next 100 episodes of Biz and Life Done Well digging into real stories of real business, hearing about real stuff, not just concepts. Again, what you need to do is send us an email and include a brief note about one of your stories. And if you prefer, you can record and send us an audio note. Now, we're looking for stories of business success, failure, discovery. We will certainly respect privacy and confidentiality. If there are some details that need to be edited out, we can certainly do that. Once you send us a note, we'll contact you and let you know whether or not we feel like the story is what we're looking for. We might ask you a few additional questions about your story. They don't have to be a long story. It could just be a short reflection of something like my brief anecdote there. or they could be a longer story as well. If we select you and we do record you, you'll have a chance to mention your business and your contact information. The episode would be on YouTube and on our channel as well. So it's a great opportunity. We'd just like to throw it out to our audience and give you guys a chance to participate in Business Life Done Well. Please contact us, podcast at bizmarketing.com. Thank you for listening. We're excited to get ready for the next 100 episodes of Business Life Done Well. We'll see you real soon.